Well, hi, friend. Stock South with you. And no, that's not an earthquake. Just okay. There you go. Someday I got to get an actual tripod that stands still instead of something that just, yeah. Although, no big whoop. See, it is getting, it looks like darkness is approaching. And I got to say, it's almost sort of how I feel about the country, too. Lately, darkness seems to be descending. If it isn't the coronavirus. It's all this stuff going on in the cities and within the country, and people just not wanting to. Uh, well, I don't know. It's like we got enough trouble fighting the flu, and now we got trouble fighting each other. It seems folks are getting pretty sore. The certain communities mad at the police, and the police mad at certain communities, and everybody just getting kind of ticked, and I think kind of heading to a boiling point, which is kind of a shame because, frankly, as long as everyone's kind of mad at each other, well, I'm afraid not much is going to get straightened out except the troubles are going to escalate, which I don't think is going to be a good thing for anyone, for all concerned. I don't know, and the warring parties, the I think I don't know. I think they both have something to say. It's sort of a shame instead of fighting it out on the streets and stuff like like has been happening. I think it might be good for both sides to kind of say, we sort of need each other, and maybe things have to change. Let's get together and figure it out instead of fighting over it. Fighting over it ain't going to solve a thing because it seems to be when you get into these fights, it just doesn't stop till way too many people are dead, hurt, injured, broke, whatever, ruined one way or another. And it just doesn't. And then you all kind of get together and wonder, well, heck, what were we all fighting about? Or why did we even bother when we could have maybe talked it out? I saw something once, and I'm assuming this is the truth. Historically, the battle of during the Civil War, the battle you couldn't ask for a case of one side, the tensions escalating, and well, eventually the two sides divided into camps, and well, the bullets started flying. Pretty bad deal. A lot of people killed, maimed. Oh my gosh, something awful. But I understand, and that was the American Civil War, of course, just horrible. I understand the Battle of Antietam, which was a excruciatingly bloody battle. From what I gather, of course, thousands upon thousands on both sides dead. Many excruciatingly horrible injuries, especially considering that well, the medical world wasn't quite caught up to the wounds that were going to be inflicted. And the armies had to move on. I guess they did what they could to bury what dead they could, but there were so many dead that honestly, from what I understand, they laid around in fields, both north and south. Um, they the battle had to continue, and I guess it was um, sometime after the battle. I don't know. I don't think it was immediately after. I think it was a few months after. Um, in any case, it was after the battle. The time, in a way, doesn't really the time frame doesn't really doesn't figure into it. The point is both sides called a truce and said, "Look, the Southern dead are all over your territory, talking to the North, and the North saying, yeah, and a lot of our guys are over behind your lines. Why don't we call a truce, gather up our dead, bury them, and then we'll move on." And while that's happening, no fighting. And it turned out a lot of the soldiers got to talking to one another, as you know, there might be a dead Reb next to a dead Yankee or two, and they they kind of saw that maybe this this war thing maybe wasn't such a great idea, and they wondered, gee, if there could have only been some way to have figured things out ahead of time, it might have been better. And it's I don't know. That would have been something to have done maybe more around 1860, 1859, before all this stuff, before the bullets started flying. It might have been a good idea to have thought, yeah, fellow, these muskets shoot lead bullets and they can kill you. And the cannons, well, they're pretty tough. Can't really stand in front of one, and it ain't much fun standing in back of one. Truth be known, I don't know. I think maybe it's time to. There were rare moments in the Civil War of mercy upon one another. I think maybe we ought to just kind of take a cue from the burial parties after Antietam, and maybe jump ahead of the battle and see if something can't be done. There's got to be a way for people to talk all their differences out and compromise on it somehow. My opinion. Anyway, that's about all I care to say right now. Uh, I guess just God bless, friends, and let's hope people get a little calmer, because frankly, I don't like the direction they're going. It could be bad. Anyway, I'll see you later. God bless. Bye now.